Mark Gole joins us now inside the Cardinal Playbook to talk about swimming, and the latest outing for your swimmers was Drury. How did that go?
I'd say it probably went as well as we could have performed. It was good to get a lot of quality racing in against top competition like Drury and Lindenwood on the women's side, and Drury, Lindenwood, and Missouri S&T on the men's.
For people who don't know, what kind of tradition does Drury have in swimming?
Between the men and women, I believe they've won probably collectively, I'd say 18 national titles in the last probably 15 years for the total men and women.
It's a tough place to swim, and a place where lofty things are achieved.
Absolutely. It was, I believe their women are back to being the national contender that they have been after losing the last 2 years, and their men are strong, but Lindenwood actually knocked them off on the men's side.
Okay. How about highlights for us?
I'd say that we had a lot of quality swims, just out of a lot of people. On the women's side, Maddie Allen kind of really stepped up. She's a returning national qualifier from Phoenix, Arizona. But she did really well and placed fairly high in the 500 freestyle, as well as the 1,000. On the men's side, we had actually just a huge performance out of one of our freshman guys that pleasantly surprised us. John Palmer from Arkansas really stepped up. I think he was our highest individual finish on the men's side in the 200 freestyle. And then probably one of the biggest performances for the entire team, both men and women, came on Saturday evening. It was actually our last swim. The men's 400 free relay went 3:09. It's 3:09 might not mean much to the casual viewer or the casual fan, but that's the first time that we've ever gone under 3:10 unshaved. Our fastest time unshaved and unrested before that was 3:12.
Wow.
And we were not far behind Drury, Lindenwood, and S&T on that one. So I just feel like our team is in a very good place, training-wise, racing-wise, going into this weekend. So we're excited to see what we can do.
And you have a sport in which you travel quite a bit, rarely at home, really, in the balance of things. So where are you headed this weekend?
We will be headed to the University of Chicago for the Phoenix Fall Classic. It's a meet we went to back in the fall of 2013, and then we're going to go back, and we were competitive a couple of years ago, but we're going to go back. It's going to be the first opportunity for our men and women to race against newly formed McKendree. So that'll be an opportunity to compete against another GLVC school. And for the added competition, obviously, I'll let you guys know that Chicago, the University of Chicago, they're a top 15 men and women program for D3. But then we just found out recently that Olivet Nazarene University out of Illinois, they were the NAIA national champions on the men's side and NAIA national runner-up on the women's. So that program will be there as well. So it's a prelim final meet, which means we'll be swimming morning, afternoon, every day, and it's against good competition. So it'll be a good test for us. And I'm actually letting the team sleep in tomorrow and Thursday. Yes, Rick.
That was some news.
It is shocking. You can stop the presses and make that announcement. But our men's and women's team, they are both sleeping in Wednesday and Thursday. So I told them they might be able to feel like normal human beings come Friday when they dive into race.
What are some other events coming up just real quickly after Chicago?
After Chicago, we're obviously going to be off Thanksgiving week, but Lewis is going to be here. It's an unusual competition day and start time, but it's going to be Sunday, December 4th at 11 a.m. It's just when we could make it work with scheduling for both teams, and it's going to be an exciting one because Lewis finished directly behind us on the women's side, and they finished directly behind us on the women's side and directly ahead of us on the women's side in the GLVC. So it's going to be as big of a rivalry dual meet as it gets. So yes, put it on your calendars.
Yeah.
So Sunday, December 4th at 11 a.m. It should be a very close meet from start to finish for both the men and women.
Thank you, Coach. That's head coach Mark Gole inside the Cardinal Playbook.